Hey guys, it's your girl Aisha, aka Geek X Chic, and we are back with another episode of Loki. We're now into season 2, episode 2, which is called Breaking Brad. Brad, not bad. I reread that a few times to make sure I got it right. So the season premiere was really fun. We basically picked up exactly where the season finale left off, with Loki showing up at the TVA, trying to warn everybody about what was going to happen now that Sylvie went ahead and took out He Who Remains, which basically meant that the doors are wide open for all of his variants to come invading the timeline in various places, and that it was basically going to be bad because he wasn't the worst. Even though he had to do a lot of kind of terrible things in order to maintain his timeline, it really was because worse versions of himself exist. And I have now watched Ant-Man. I did watch it over the weekend. And yeah, I mean, it's true. It didn't give away too much from what I saw in the the premiere, but it gave me an idea of what's coming thanks to the post-credit scenes. So yeah, He Who Remains was not lying when he said that what he was doing was for the betterment of probably everybody, but it's too late now. The gate has already been swung open, and Loki was having an issue with time slipping last episode, so he was having a really hard time just staying present, quite literally, in order to relay this message. But thanks to Kiki Kwan, aka Ouroboros, he was able to find a way to stabilize himself in one time and space, so he no longer keeps bouncing around. But now they have to find Sylvie because they feel like she might be the key to figuring out what to do next, not to mention the fact that the TVA is also looking for Sylvie because they think that she's the root cause of the issue, which at this point, I mean, she's already done the worst. Like, I don't know how possibly deleting her from existence is going to fix anything, but either way, we don't know what they have planned. And so Loki and Mobius want to find out where she is first and see what it is that they can do at this point. Because like I said, the gate is now open. There's branches going everywhere. Kang is on his way, or one of the Kangs, or all the Kangs, we're not sure yet. So a lot of things kicked off last episode, but really the main things we established is that Loki is now in one place in time, and we know that Sylvie has gone to one of the variant planets and is trying to just enjoy the fruits of all of her labors. So I am very much looking forward to getting into this episode because I don't know who the hell Brad is and I want to know why we need to break him. So let's jump into this episode. But just before I do, just a reminder that I do reactions here. And if you'd like to support me on this journey or to watch a lot of the other videos that I do, lots of really cool reactions, by the way, go ahead and hit that subscribe button as well as the notification bell. And if you like this video, I'd appreciate it if you show some love to the like button and left comments below. It just helps the girl out a lot. I'm on a journey to 10K and I'm getting so close. So any help you guys could give would be so much appreciated. All right, that out of the way, guys, let's get into the episode right about now.
Sylvie's not here.
We just got here.
It doesn't feel right.
I know, but why?
It's
See?
safe.
Glad that I watched Ant-Man now.
Said you wanted to find Sylvie, right? With Docs and X5 not responding, was our only lead.
Zaniac? Zaniac? The quaff is quaffing.
I don't know how I feel, but I know I look pretty darn good. Come on, look at this. Pretty darn good.
She's like, okay.
You look great. Oh, thank you very much. You look pretty good yourself. And we're gonna need to catch up afterwards, all right? Let's catch up now, baby.
The way he's like, he goes out from hugging him, like, eee.
I'm actually really glad to see you both.
Are you?
I need to catch you guys up on what's going on here. It's okay to have a drink while we're down here because we're still working.
Is he running now? He is running.
I mean, did you not think that he was gonna run?
God, it's Brad Wolf. Can I get your autograph?
Anything for... Hey!
Oh. That's right, sis. That's right. Let him know.
Hold it! Stop!
How do you not have like a lasso or something?
You're gonna ruin my life here!
Your life here?
Oh. Loki magic? I think it's a minute since he's used it. Why would you give him an option to keep running? Like, he was already down. Come on, Loki. You know better than this. This is all your fault. You must have wanted to get some cardio in, Loki, because you had him dead to rights. Maybe you should zap him again. This time in the ankle. Please catch him, Mobius.
Let's just hold on a second, all right? Hold on. Back up. Back up. Hey. Back up.
Oh, not the flip. Okay, guys, he's serious. He has some baton skills. Loki!
X5.
That was great! Ah, I love it, Loki magic. It's about time.
Quit with the magic and fight fair!
No. As you run away. Not him using shadow magic. Loki. As I was about to say, it shouldn't be a fair fight. Loki has powers, and I feel like all last season we kind of forgot about that. So yes, let's use them. Marvel's got the budget. More Key? Please. Key, where are you, babe?
But I'm trying to figure out a retrofit device to handle all those new branches.
Right? Like, the guy's busy.
Obi, could I get you to take a look at this temp pad?
He's busy!
Do you think this is a higher priority than prevention?
Right? Like, let's think about it.
Everything you need to know about this, I wrote about it in here.
That's right. Read! People write manuals, put a lot of time and effort into them, and people just skip over it. No YouTube videos for this.
Page 7.
No, section 42 should match with the system.
Is that with the red light? Because we tried that already.
We'll try it again.
Well, this shouldn't be a two-person. One person should just read.
There's a hit on the temp pad, I'll let you know, but it'll take some time, so.
Look at her looking at Loki. Like, what are you doing?
What does it do?
Well, that's what we're trying to work out. X5 says it somehow blocks TVA tracking.
That's not what it does.
Sure.
Sometimes you just need to ask for help.
Haven't you read the TVA guidebook?
Of course not.
This definitely doesn't block any trackers, that's for sure.
That's where we'll start with X5.
Oh, the way he slammed it down. I understand that. That's like when you're trying to code something and you realize after hours that you just missed like a bracket or a semicolon.
Well, I went down and got my life. What exactly are you mad at me about?
There are lives at stake.
Outside of your own.
You're just trying to make up for all the terrible, awful shit you've done in your life, you pathetic little man.
All right, anyway.
You're the problem. Every time we've ever found a you. Problem is you think you're special, but you're not.
Neither are you, X5. At least I have a name.
For Mobius, for B-15, for your mother. You're a villain.
And?
You're good at it.
Okay.
Do that.
I mean, he just gave you permission, Loki. Do what you need to do.
Thank you, Brad. Very much.
Right? You just gave me permission.
A loser. Always have been. Always will be.
Yeah. They're like, where are you going with this, Lokes?
Perhaps I've just been biding my time. Perhaps I've just...
Why are you looking at them now? You stoked the fire.
Where is Sylvie?
Did Brad buy it, though?
You're way too obsessed with her. He needs therapy. I can recommend someone. Okay. Want to work that out.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Brad!
Brad who?
That's showbiz.
That's good.
You seeing this? Mobius, you could be an actor.
He is, actually.
None of this is real. I mean, who even are you?
Oh my god, who's letting Brad monologue? Can you not give him drugs?
Man, I mean, you need to wake up.
I'm awake.
Yeah, no, you're asleep. You need to wake up.
Seriously.
Mobius, and until-
Why is he still being allowed to talk?
And until you wake up, you're just a nowhere man. You're a
Nowhere man! You're a silly little man! Silly little...
Why did you you stop at one slap? He really needs to be beaten. Senseless. Repeatedly. Anyways, that's y'all's fault, because I don't know why you're letting this man continue to talk. I would have just been pumping him with drugs. Loosen him up. Who's gonna catch you? There's no rules.
Seems like he got under your skin.
Nope.
He
didn't
did.
get under my skin. He got under your skin.
No, actually, he was completely in control. Loki before would have just, ended him right there.
I was following you.
No, I was following you.
Behind? Okay,
Mobius,
from behind?
You were clearly ahead of me. How about a slice of pie? Okay, great.
But he is asking very good questions, though. Like, Mobius doesn't seem to have a lot of interest in finding out about his old life. But, I feel like that's actually the smarter thing to do. I mean, they can really only move forward based on what we've understood of what the TVA does. But I can understand how that still might be bothersome. So are we going to talk about it, or we're just going to eat our feelings?
Sometimes the rage builds up and you just gotta let it out.
Yeah. I mean, at least all you did was slap someone. I think Loki's taking out whole planets.
I was so angry with my father and my brother. I went down to Earth and I held the whole of New York City hostage.
Right? Scale. This is sort of sad because I feel like these are the conversations he could have and should have been having with Thor.
You never wanted to visit your place on the time.
Exactly. Let's dig into that so that he can't push that button again.
That's the last thing I should be thinking.
It's not a matter of should, but
Aren't you?
exactly.
If you never look, you'll never know.
Maybe that's what he wants.
It's something bad.
Or something good. Something bad I can handle.
Exactly. You want to escape that, but what if it's amazing? You're going to feel like you lost
Rattling
something.
around in here.
Exactly. Better to stay in the present. See, the thing is with Sylvie, she actually remembered what she lost, so that's why it was so hurtful.
Think about it. He found her, but maybe didn't turn her in
Because she told
he
her
wants
story.
To continue to live his best life on the timeline.
He wants more time to be Brad Wolf.
I mean, the 70s? Anyway.
Just gotta make him talk.
Well, come on, you're the god of mischief,
Right?
right?
Dangle him by his toenails. Do something. Pain is an amazing motivator. Oh, that's looking absolutely promising. Yeah. How immediate can we do anything? Temporal aura? What does that mean?
Ready for round two?
I felt like I just needed another session, you know, get a few things off my chest.
What is that? A robot? I think you guys should put him outside the temporal loom. Let him start fading away slowly and see how he feels.
Where's B-15?
She's not going to be here for this
I'm
exercise.
gonna be attending this session.
Which one of you came up with this little script?
The writers before the strike. No, you're safer out there.
I wrote a little script of my own.
Do go on. You seem creative.
That thing does not work without the controller, though, so
You sure?
what are you gonna do?
Oh, you forget that I'm a thief. God of mischief and all.
You have no idea how to work that thing, though.
You sure? He might have read the whole manual now.
I'm a villain, remember? Earlier, I said some really hurtful things.
Did you?
And I brought up your mother.
You did.
I am really sorry about that.
I don't believe you.
You need to put that down. That's, you don't know.
You don't
what
need
you're
to tell me
doing.
nothing. Excuse me, sir. You're the one who's in the collar.
Sorry. Hey, don't just touch random buttons on that, okay?
I mean, why not?
I guess,
Mischief. This is kind of his thing.
you know, you could kill me with that.
Really?
Right?
Exactly. He's like, thank you for that info. Oh.
Exciting.
He's the perfect person for this.
All right. Sorry. That's only made it smaller.
Yes. See if something else works. Punch something else.
Right, I don't know if you know this, but I've done some terrible
Did awful things.
things.
Yeah, you have. You're doing one right now.
Am I?
Okay.
What? You're still talking smack. You haven't learned your lesson.
I swear, I don't know where they are.
No.
You're so
Don't believe you.
I want to believe you, but you're such a good actor.
You know?
So talented. You did not tell me the plan.
I love that he's killing him with compliments.
I was supposed to go look for Sylvie, but then I bailed, okay? I
Oh,
bailed.
you're studying. You're stuttering. Yeah, stuttering is usually the first indicator of lying unless you actually have an issue with it.
Okay. Oh, look, I swear, none of this is real.
Well, if none of this is real, I guess you aren't.
Right? This doesn't matter. His face, he's like, ooh, it's getting tight.
She has a new life.
Why are you so hard on yourself, Brad?
Right? Like, what do you have to lose? Just by telling the truth in this case. It's not even your sister. Or variant.
She's on a branch.
He knows where Sylvie is.
See? A little bit of mischief. Hell of a performance.
Alright, if I tell you where she is, are you gonna let me go?
No. No. You burnt that chance when you ticked off Mobius. Mobius is the most zen dude. You made him slap you. Like a little bitch. No, you're not gonna go home. Obi's having a meltdown, guys. It's not okay.
Nice to meet you. We're all gonna die.
Oh.
You're Ouroboros?
Yes?
You wrote the TVA.
Oh my god, not him fanboying. We don't have time for this. Okay.
Sign mine for me.
Does this matter if we're gonna be obliterated? Okay.
You just said we were all gonna die.
Right? Let's put some perspective in here.
And only the person who designed it can open it with a live scan of his temporal aura.
And who is that?
He who remains.
And he's dead. So without me,
Is he, or can you use another variant?
I'll build the device, but you need to find a way in or it won't matter.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm not missing Miss Minutes, but if that's what it takes.
Why don't you guys just head on in and remember that I'm the one who brought you here, and a deal's a deal.
I don't like you touching on me, sir.
It's making me nervous.
You are. You're scared of Sylvie, and you should be. She's pretty lethal.
What do you think?
You see, if you cooperated, Brad, they might have let you stay back in TVA where you'd be safe. But, you know, you made it hard on yourself.
Hey, can you refill the straw dispenser when you get a
I'm wondering if they actually rebuilt this set or if there is a McDonald's somewhere that still has, like, the OG colors. This is the life you chose, madam? Out of all the different types of lives, you chose to be a McDonald's employee in Oklahoma. All right, well, you know, they say there's something for everybody.
I'm not going anywhere until I get some apple pie. No.
Yeah, the crispy kind. Here in Canada, they switch to that weird doughy type of crust, and I hate it. I miss the crispy.
Hi.
Hi.
Can I get a shamrock shake?
My break's in 5 minutes.
She's gonna run. Because who cares about breaks? Oh, wow, she didn't. Short break, Loki. You're the king of monologues. Come on.
I haven't come here to make trouble.
Then why are you here?
Because you made a lot of trouble.
Look, as much as I'd love to see the TVA burnt to the ground, I have no intention of going back there.
Now.
Because that sounds a lot like the future's already been written. And we both know that it hasn't, not anymore. I made sure of that.
You made sure of nothing.
You can see what I saw.
I don't want to see it. I want nothing to do with this. I have no answers for you.
Sylvie, if you and I don't work together on this, I can't
Oh,
guarantee
you
that in
have
the long
some
run
nerve
any of this will
coming
be
here with
here.
your TVA bullshit.
And if what I saw of you is true, then there's nothing that stands between this world and utter destruction. With TVA.
Tell her you're not pruning branches anymore. That might help. Because right now, TVA to her is basically swear words like,
Can we just talk for a second about how crazy life is? I mean, 10 minutes ago, you were screaming at me, you're nothing. And then
oh my
I got you a shake, okay?
god. Yeah. Was it a shamrock?
Come, please. You don't care about my movie?
Oh, I
saw the
do.
poster. It looked scary. It's not.
Look at the way he's just reeled you in. See how people are narcissistic at heart?
You're like a broken record. It's like, get me back to the sacred timeline. It's like, although now it's just get me out of here, which is... What's going on?
Nothing. If we stay here, we're all gonna die. They're gonna die. Orange shirt, she's gonna die. Most importantly, this is gone unless we.
All this for Sylvie?
I don't buy it.
They're gonna bomb every branch.
B-15 incoming.
Oh, the outfit change though. Hot.
Take dots down now.
Mineral carrying reset charges. I'll distract them. Okay.
Yeah, use that magic for something good.
Our mission is compromised.
You think?
We have to stop this. Can we
Also,
stop
she
the
doesn't
target?
realize that the branches are going to keep branching.
Finish it!
Damn, Lucas said you're out of here. I was trying to beat y'all up, but no more. Nicely done.
Loki, we need to go.
Starting to see now why you might go back to the TVA selves? Oh, look at that. You said you're never going back there, huh? Going backwards.
People.
Yeah, see, Sylves, you can't just start a whole domino effect and then walk away. Like, it doesn't work that way. But unfortunately, this is probably going to make her even more crazy and vengeful. She's not so good with the whole thinking things through. Loki's like, hey there, partner. Try not to snap. I know that's our first instinct.
I'm going home. If it's still there.
Please don't. It's harder.
All right, let her stay there until things absolutely fall apart, because they will. What that lady just did is nothing compared to what's actually coming, sis, but you know. Well, the good news is the temporal loom should be stable now. Small win. What you plotting, Sylvie? Yeah, I don't trust it. I know that look on her face. She is definitely plotting something. All right, let me see. It looks like we might have a little bit more, maybe? No, we just have really long credits. Well, that was episode 2, which was called Breaking Brad. And we did eventually, because in the end, as it is, self-preservation is often the number one thing that all of us care about. And in the end, Brad wanted to save himself. Didn't care about the larger picture. He just cared about himself because, hey, out of all the things that weren't real, his life certainly was, wasn't it? So interesting. We realized that he, you know, as Loki said, Sylvie had been found at one point and they figured out who found her and knew exactly where she was. So they were actually able to find her, and we see that she's living a very mundane, chill life, which considering all that she had to do to get to the point that she did in the last season, it makes sense. She wants to take a break. She wants to chill out. She wants to know what it's like to just not worry about anything but doing a very easy job day to day and only having to worry about getting up and going to bed. But unfortunately, you know, Loki's trying to let her know that she didn't, as much as what her objective was a completion for a lot of years of work for her, she really just started the clock on something that's so much bigger. And she really did like just throw a lit grenade into something and walk away and not realize that the ripple effects and the damage is going to be so much worse than the initial blast. You know, like in her mind, she just thinks, oh yeah, there'll be more branches. People will live the way they're supposed to happily ever after. No, like I said this last season, she just it's like she just turned her ears off to everything else that He Who Remains was saying. And remember, like he kept saying to her, like, stop being such a silly little girl. Like, stop thinking about how mad you are about what the TVA did to you and think about the bigger picture here. You're saying you want to save billions, and yet I'm telling you that none of them are going to make it if my variants make it into the timelines, because they're going to destroy them all, because that's literally what we do. And she just didn't hear that. She was like, nope, you're the worst. You'll be the end of it. So, you know, of course we haven't seen that yet. And I mean, Loki, I know, is trying to bring that up, but he knows that Sylvie's very hard-headed. But again, at least being able to see what, you know, what's his name, what X5 was showing about how that one lady was going off to prune everybody. She realized now that, like, it's never going to end. Like, there's always going to be a risk. And I get it. Like, in her mind, she thinks the TVA is the problem, but it's not. Like, they do have the ability to help, but I also think she's got a point in that they're also very ill-equipped, because they weren't even able to control one of their own going off on a rogue mission, right? Which was actually dumb, because really more branches were going to occur. But I guess the point was that they'd be able to control the branches as they came off the way they did before. But again, all of that is for nothing, because we all know that the variants are coming. One way or another, they're coming. So yeah, interesting episode. Seeing Loki, like, so interesting. Loki's interactions with Sylvie are so interesting to me, because he just changes. His whole demeanor changes around her, right? The bravado is gone. The confidence is gone. He's like this lost little boy around Sylvie, which is so interesting. And I always wonder if that's because Sylvie manifests a side to him that maybe he doesn't tap into, or that he wish he had more of. But it's just interesting to watch their dynamic, because, yeah, we've never seen Loki kind of humble and head down, and the guy who loves to monologue, nothing to say. Like, man, the power Sylvie has over him. But anyway, again, I don't think that Loki's really cared about anyone to this extent, short of his mom, though, in a long, long time. Well, maybe Thor, but we all know there was some sibling rivalry / jealousy there. So anyways, interesting. We'll have to see what goes from here. Sylvie is definitely plotting. Seeing the end of the episode, she's definitely not just going to walk away like this. Now that she knows that this is still happening, that there is still problems that are happening, and she still thinks right now the TVA is the issue, she's not going to walk away from it. Like, she's definitely going to try to think of a way to preserve what she did. But again, she's still looking very selfishly at herself and what she wants and what happens to her life, and not the grander scheme of what evils she's bringing in. And again, it's not to say she shouldn't care about her own happiness, but yeah, Loki's just trying to help her see that there needs to be a balance, and maybe she should have tried to consider that more when she was making her decision to take out He Who Remains. But anyway, speaking of He Who Remains, turns out that he put some locks in place of the TVA because I guess he assumed he would never be taken out, which is again silly considering last season we found out that he did know that eventually a Loki would get to him. But anyway, we see that to fix the TVA to be able to handle all the branches, he needs to be able to get outside, or Boris needs to be able to get outside, but he can't because it has to be He Who Remains. Now, as I said in the episode, I don't know if it actually has to be him. It's possible that a variant might be able to do it because I don't know what the temporal aura means that it absolutely has to be him, or it could be someone who just matches the DNA. But we'll have to find out at some point. I don't think it's a major thing at the moment, especially now that a lot of the branches have indeed been pruned. But I think that happened in order to basically take that urgency out of the storyline for now so we can move forward with whatever's going to come next. Because like I said, they did a lot of leading up to who's going to come now that the TVA has all these branches. But we'll have to see. But it was interesting to see OB kind of flustered and basically giving up on everything because he's like, yeah, we're not going to be able to fix this and it's going to be bad for everybody. But we see that at least for now, I think that disaster's been averted. And then, yeah, the rest of the episode was really on X5/Brad. I didn't really much care about it, like his life and stuff like that. Like that thing was like, okay, whatever. But again, having him just kind of spew all this stuff. I mean, the stuff about Loki was pretty much what we heard last season with Mobius trying to break Loki. So that was nothing new. And I was really happy to see that Loki, even though the mom comment clearly hit, he didn't let it get to him, right? Which is growth, right? Loki of old would have just ended him, right? Which would have been the easier path. But thankfully, he's kind of processed that thanks to Mobius and dealt with the fact that, yeah, okay, I've done a lot of bad things, but that doesn't necessarily mean I'm a bad person, right? I do have an inclination to do bad things, but that doesn't mean that I'm a bad person, especially if I, this point forward, choose to make better decisions. So yeah, he didn't let it get to him, which, like I said, growth. But he did get to Mobius, though. He kind of asked real questions like, Mobius, why haven't you looked into your old life? Aren't you even curious? Don't you wonder? Like, are you scared? Like, and clearly he hit a button because it's true. I think Mobius is scared, but he brought up a really valid point about how the not knowing is not always a bad thing, especially if you are contented in your life. Right? Because the what if game, that's really what it is. It's basically a metaphor for the what if game. And if you know what that means, it basically means like we could all spend our lives thinking, what if I had not taken that job? Or what if I had gone on that trip? Or what if I hadn't met this person? Or what if I had gone on a date with that person? And you know, the what if game of what could possibly have happened if I had made different decisions. It's infinite. The possibilities are infinite and you'll never know. That's the sad reality is you will never know what would have happened if you had taken a different turn or made a different decision at a different point in your life. The branches are infinite the way it is like on the timeline. So wondering about it will actually make you insane because you can't do anything about it. What's better is to focus on your now, on your present, and how you can make that better for yourself and, you know, going forward. And I think with Mobius, like he said, he is happy there. Like he really is a great TVA agent. He enjoys what he does. He enjoys being at the TVA. And as he said, like, yeah, if it's a bad life that I left, then obviously I'd be very happy. But what if it was a good life? Like, is that going to make me any more content to know that I could have had this good life, but I can't anymore? Like, I don't think that would make me happier. I think that would just make me always look back with regret about something I can't change, right? So I understand that. And it's a very good message overall, honestly, that no matter where you are in your life right now and like what kind of decisions you could have, should have, would have made, you can't do anything about it. So rather than having it rattling around, as he said, like, be happy with the present, learn to love what you have in the present. And if it's not everything you want it to be, then you can work towards making it what you want it to be, right? And that's what X5 was basically doing in his timeline of, you know, okay, I'll become a celebrity then, you know, I'll live this life since I can't go back to my old one, right? So that's kind of an interesting turn and a little knowledge into Mobius because we didn't get a lot of info about him last season. I mean, last season was very much about Loki and getting into his feelings and his thinking patterns, but it's nice to know a little bit more about Mobius because he has been a bit two-dimensional for the last couple seasons, which is okay because again, he's not really the focal point of the show, but considering he's such a big part of it and still, you know, someone very close to Loki, I think it's nice to see these things and to have Loki be someone actually having these conversations of actually genuinely asking what's going on and are you okay? And, really trying to genuinely, figure out what was going on with Mobius. Because again, Loki of several movies ago or before would never have cared. And as I said in the episode, I think it's kind of sad that he isn't having these conversations with Thor. I mean, in fairness, Thor's not exactly the most intellectual guy to have these types of combos with, but I still think they could have had some of these heartfelt conversations, and that's all Thor ever really wanted from Loki as well. So anyways, if the time ever comes that those two converge again, it would be nice to see them be able to have that relationship for both of them, honestly, because while they've had a lot of issues, I think both Thor and Loki know and love each other in a way that only the two of them ever could. And they are the last of their families. So anyway, that was just a little side note. But yeah, another interesting episode. We now know that there is some other issues to worry about with the TVA having factions and loyalists and issues within it, so that they're going to have to fight that while they're still trying to figure out how to preserve these timelines and to handle how we're going to make it so we can handle these timelines. Because as I said, maybe now we're not worrying about all the excessive branching, but if it becomes a situation where the branches continue, how are they going to be able to do the modifications that Obi wants to do if only a variant of He Who Remains can open the door? And again, that's my assumption. So yeah, things are continuing to be interesting. This was a fun episode to watch, and I hope you guys enjoyed watching along with me. If you did, please show some love to that like button and leave some comments below. Let me know what you're thinking, what you're feeling. The engagement is amazing, and I love it. All right, that's it for this video, guys. We'll see you in the next one.